Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing a little bit of an unboxing and first impressions of a new drawing tablet that I have. Now you may have realized that this tablet here does not have its original protective packaging on it, and this is for a very good reason. I have lost some of the footage in my unboxing video, so I kind of had to reshoot it. But here is the contents of the box. Now you can see this lovely big tablet here, which I am excited about getting into and drawing. We also have this little instruction manual. I'm not going to read that. And then we have this lovely little bag. Now I've seen a few unboxing videos say that it is too small for the tablet, but it is actually not. It is quite stretchy and you can fit the tablet inside, and it's a nice little protective sleeve in case you want to, chuck it in your backpack and take it somewhere, which I have actually done because I've taken it to my partner's house previously. Now it also comes with this little partial glove. Now any digital artist will recognize this as a digital art tablet glove thing, which I think is really cool because I've never actually owned any of these. So does this make me a true digital artist now? I don't know. Now we also have some little spare nibs here for the pen, which is really nice, and we have some adapters here which are for connecting it to your Android phone if you like. And we also have a little pen holder and some little pouches along with the cable that you need to use for this tablet, and of course the pen. Now I know this isn't a true unboxing as I had to put everything back in the box and reshoot, but you get the general idea. Now I'm going to be using this with my MacBook to draw today, and you can actually use an Android phone or tablet to draw as well. But I actually don't own any Android products. I'm an Apple girl. But yeah, we have this lovely cable here, which is a normal USB. And since you can tell I have USB-C ports on my MacBook, I have this little adapter here. Now, this works pretty well. And to be honest, I thought maybe the adapters that came with it would work, but they actually don't. So I guess it's specifically for the phone. But no worries, I already have lots of little dongles. Now testing it out, I actually prefer to sit the tablet right on top of the MacBook here to draw, and this is perfect because it is almost the exact same size as it, and it's really great too because I don't have to worry about any of the keys underneath because we have these little buttons here which I can use to control various things, and they work pretty great. Now the people over at Gaomon actually sent me this MK10 Pro model. But this isn't a sponsored video. They haven't given me any money. They haven't told me to say anything in specific, and everything I'm saying today is my own opinion. So I have been wanting to draw Ahsoka Tano and little baby GROGU for quite some time now, since I actually watched season 2 episode 5 of the Mandalorian. I really love the dynamic between these two and the fact that they can actually communicate through the Force, which is amazing. And I've thought, why not, use this as an opportunity to make some fan art. Now I actually started off with a traditional sketch that I had done in my sketchbook, and then I took a nice, even photo of it and put it into Affinity Photo, which is what I'm using to draw today, and I decided I wanted to try line arting over the top of it. But this kind of went a little bit for me because, to be honest, I'm just not used to drawing with this kind of tablet where you're drawing on this thing and you're looking at the screen. So I decided to approach it in a different way just to get my bearings. I decided to treat the drawing as if it was more like a painting instead of a drawing, if that makes any sense. So I decided to do it more of a digital painting kind of style. Now I'm not amazing at doing digital paintings as opposed to like digital drawings. I feel like there's a slight art style difference. However, I thought, today's probably a good day compared to any to actually get in there and practice and test it out. So not only are we drawing with a new tablet that we're not used to in a new program that we're not used to drawing in, this is actually the program I use to make my thumbnails in, but we're also drawing in an art style that I don't normally draw in. So this is quite the challenge, but I am always up for a challenge and this is going to be pretty fun. So I decided to make the background a forest, and I actually used some references from the episode And I just did a basic sort of, you know, blurry background, creepy kind of forest vibe. And I really like how I pushed the greens in that a lot. And for the coloring of the characters, I tried to make sure that it matched the ambience of the background as well. So as you can see, some of the lighter colors do have a tint of green or yellow in them. And I just wanted to try and set the scene for a little atmosphere. Now the program I'm using to draw today is Affinity Photo, and I actually didn't know that they have quite a range of different like brushes that you can actually use to draw and paint. And there are quite a few different textures that you can use as well. There's some like nice grungy textures, there's some really nice sort of inky textured sort of inky brushes, and they have some really cool sprays and splatters and stuff like that. And that's actually what I used completely to draw. I actually didn't use any of the custom brushes that you can get online. Now I really wanted to use Jazz's custom brushes, but to be honest, I just couldn't get them to work. I guess maybe they were the wrong kind of file for this program, so that's kind of sad, but it's fine because I have all of these default ones, which I actually discovered after this. Now using this tablet did feel quite nice. The pen is really comfortable in my hand. It pretty much looks like a Wacom. I guess you could say it is an alternative to a Wacom tablet. To be honest, I feel like Wacoms are just a little bit overpriced anyways, and I feel like this tablet is just as good. The pressure sensitivity in the pen felt really nice and responsive, and the buttons and the spinny wheel thing did help quite a lot as well. I didn't think I was going to use them too much, but once I actually got in and started drawing with this thing, I was using those buttons constantly for things like undo and for, you know, little shortcuts like dragging the drawing around and also zooming in and out. I actually used that little spinny wheel thing to zoom in and out, and that felt really nice and natural. Now coming from someone who is very used to drawing on the screen, because I use my iPad mainly for digital art, I still found this thing very pleasant to draw with. And once I got over little hurdles of, you know, getting used to the way that you draw, I actually found it very fun. And once I synced a few hours into this drawing, I felt at much more control than I did at the start. I guess that's just because of the sort of learning curve that I had to get over. And as you can see, the patterns on Ahsoka's face look much better than they did at the start of this video. Now art style wise, I actually struggled a little bit, mainly because I really wanted to try and push myself to draw in a more lineless art style, so kind of more painterly, almost like a portrait kind of thing, instead of like heavily line art based, which is what I usually go for. Now some areas like the textured clothes was very easy for me because I pretty much just had to, you know, add in little folds and shading and like really cool little texture brushes here and there to try and convey the fabric, which was really fun. But I feel like I struggled just a little bit with the faces, mainly because with a lineless style, I'm still sort of learning a way that you can sort of define facial features without just drawing, you know, a line for the mouth. But I feel like with that kind of thing, it just takes a bit more time and a little bit more effort than just, you know, drawing with a line art style. But I feel like it's really worth it because you end up with something that looks more, I don't know, more solid and defined. Even though it kind of starts off a little bit creepy like this Baby Yoda here. Sorry, his name is GROGU. I have to stop calling him Baby Yoda. GROGU. But yeah, I just slowly worked at it and added layers upon layers of details and slowly, you know, building up the shapes and the textures and the little details until I had something that I really liked. I especially had a lot of fun shading in that little neck piece of Baby Yoda's clothes, and I don't know why, but I just really find the textures of that just so satisfying. It just looks so fluffy and soft and warm and cute. I do feel like the clothes I actually drew for him were a little bit too big for his head, but that was easy to change because I just, you know, shrunk it down a little bit because I drew each thing on a separate layer. Now after the two main characters were mostly complete. I had to go in and just add a few touch-ups here and there, mainly in the background. I added more texture to the trees that were sort of in not the complete far background, but you know, directly behind them. And then I also added in some details at the bottom of the page because I kind of neglected that a little bit. I added in her leg, and then after this I went in with the sort of rocky thing that they're sitting on. First I drew it green, but then I realized in my reference it's actually brown, so I changed that, which was quite easy just with a, you know, hue slider. Now after this, it was actually time for me to add in the light source. As you can see, it is quite a dark piece, but the characters are still lit up quite well, and I decided to have the lamp that was also in the reference image. Now I did change up the composition of the reference quite a bit as well. In the original reference, the lamp was kind of between them and they were on their own separate rocks, but just for the image I wanted to make them closer together, so he's sitting on her lap and then the lamp is more below them. Now after I added in the lamp, I had to add in some light effects around it so you could tell it was a light source. And after that I also added in some extra little highlights over the characters as well, just with a blend mode. And this was, you know, just so that I had, you know, light hitting them in a way that the light should, with the lamp below. After this I added a subtle vignette and we are done. And here is the final results of the illustration, and I had so much fun drawing this. Now I hope you guys enjoyed the art, and I hope you enjoyed watching me create it. Now not only was this tablet actually useful for making the art, but I've actually really enjoyed using it as well for making video thumbnails. Lately I felt like I needed some kind of tablet to help, you know, when making video thumbnails, because I actually don't use my iPad to make video thumbnails. I really need a program close to Photoshop, which is Affinity Photo, which I love. But using a mouse or keyboard trackpad just hasn't really helped that much. But with this tablet it is really easy for me to draw around objects and stuff, so I thought I would just leave in this little bit as well because it was really useful for thumbnails, and I've actually been using it for my last few thumbnails, and yeah, it's great. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Now if you want to get this tablet for yourself, they actually have a deal at the moment on Amazon, so definitely check that out. There'll be some links in the description, and I hope you all are having an amazing day. Please stay safe, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.